Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video. Going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's second video. So day 10 will take us to New Year's Day, actually. First day of 2021. And we'll be able to extend out beyond that, the extended GFS and ECM ensembles. Very much around a couple of weeks. And we're going to have a look at the CFSV2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. We'll bring update with everything stratosphere-wise as well. Have a look at the AO, the NAO. So it's going to be a bit of an extended one. Sit back, relax, enjoy. And I shall get on it for you very shortly. Just say that the first video released today was the final ECM 30-day look ahead of the year. So have a look at that one. See what's going on for UK and the rest of Europe, Northern Europe as well, for the next 4 weeks. And we're going to have, I think, going to have Ensembles watch tonight, actually. We'll go through GFS Ensembles and see how they're shaping up for, like, Christmas, New Year into early January kind of period. So that'll probably be about 8-ish tonight, I would have thought. Going to start off on the GavsWeatherVids Discord, showing you some pics that have been sent through. So I have got a couple of people to shout out still. I'm going to give donations to GavsWeatherVids PayPal. So I'll do that in tomorrow's video. You know, everybody will get their shout outs, of course. So I shall do that tomorrow, outside of tomorrow's video. Thought I'd show you a few pictures for the start of this one. So this is from VJ. VJ, dawn has just begun in West London. It's a bit like a rainy dawn there. VXLKS shared this one. A nice bit of blue sky there. Burke posted this one. I don't know where Burke is, but a nice bit of blue sky there with Burke. Thank you very much to Burke for posting that. Navan Gelder posted this one. Nice bit of sunshine where Navan Gelder is. I think down in the London area, possibly. A couple more from Navan Gelder from that particular batch. Again, nice bit of blue sky a few days ago. That one from VJ. Again, nice bit of blue sky along with variable cloud. Ryan 56 saw a nice sunset up in the Manchester area after some earlier rain. Liam, a beautiful winter sunset in Darwen, Lancashire today. Nice bit of red sky, red sky at night, shepherd's delight. That's the saying, isn't it? Death posted this. Bright and beautiful morning near Camden, Kentish Town. How lovely. Nice picture there from Death. Talk sick. A peaceful summer evening in August 2020. Very nice. Ben Ainty saw a nice bit of pink sky as well. Thank you so much to Ben for that. Skeptic Para. Morning, everyone. Very strange colouring in the sky this morning. Red sky in the morning. Shepherd's warning, I think, is the saying. So no one from Navan Gelder. A little bit of a cloudy sky there. And Death had a miserable cloudy morning on Friday in Camden Town. Another one from VJ. Very nice picture there from VJ. Lewis White posted that one, turning cloudier. Again, a bit of blue sky from Burke. Thank you so much, everybody, sharing your weather pictures with us, by the way. Dylan Holbrook posted this one, racing against the clock to get these photos due to wind. And I had to make my way across a waterlogged garden. Some lovely bit of blue sky and variable cloud there from Dylan. I think Dylan is in the Essex area, so thank you so much to Dylan for posting those fabulous pics. Dylan, thanks so much for those. This one, clap of thunder and crazy hail on the Isle of Wight. So it's all happening on the Isle of Wight, I think. Right, I think that's pretty much it. So nice storm structure, but missed this one. That's from Navan Gelder. time lapse from Iceman. Thank you so much to Iceman. And these ones from VXLKS, again, showing a nice sort of winter evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for posting your weather pics to the GavsWeatherVids Discord. The link to GavsWeatherVids Discord is in the description with the videos. So if you'd like to have your pictures featured via the Discord, then all you need to do is go to our Discord server, join it, and then post your picture to the Your Weather Images channel. You can share them with us on Facebook and Twitter, and also post them to the comment box at GavsWeatherVids.com. Of course, you can email them directly to me at GavsWeatherVids@gmail.com. When we get a bit of time videos, we're very happy to feature your weather pictures. Maybe we'll be featuring some snow weather pictures, or some weather pictures with snow before too much longer. We shall see. Right, so let's move on then. We're going to start off by having a look at what's happening in the stratosphere over the North Pole. So we're keeping a close eye on this. A day-by-day stratosphere watch is taking place at the moment. We're waiting for a stratospheric warming. It does look as though we're going to get quite a significant warming of the stratosphere around Christmas to New Year. We're going to have a look at that right now and see the very latest GFS forecast. So this is from meteoseal.fr. These blue and purple colours are where we've got the cold temperatures at 10 HPA in the stratosphere. Let's run through, see what's going to happen. So we're going to get to Christmas, just beyond Christmas, and we get this large warming occurring of the stratosphere from like Mediterranean and North Africa all the way up to Siberia. Huge swathe of warming taking place there with an intensification of the warming over central parts of Siberia around the 29th to 30th December. That is reaching sudden stratospheric warming temperature levels. We're going to bright red colours. That's a very, very significant warming of the stratosphere. Indeed, it is pushing those cold blue and purple colours from the Arctic over towards like Canada and into the North Atlantic as well. Let's see what happens as we go further on. So again, we find that we've got this significant warming occurring over Siberia. It does weaken a little bit. It can't maintain that temperature indefinitely, but a very significant warming still there over Siberia and moving further into the Arctic. At the same time, a second warming is occurring over North Atlantic and into western parts of Europe as well. That's a rather unusual place to get a stratospheric warming, but another warming is occurring on the southern side of the Arctic, and that begins to move towards the first warming, see what I mean, over Siberia. The upshot is that all of this is really stretching the polar vortex, these blue colours, to breaking point. They are being stretched and pulled so far that you could envisage a split of the polar vortex at its roots in the stratosphere occurring at any moment with that sort of chart. We can see those blue colours really being pulled and stretched so much as that a split of the polar vortex at its roots in the stratosphere could well occur. So still things are looking very, very interesting in terms of what's happening in the stratosphere, and we'll continue to monitor this day by day. And just see, you know, what happens as we go on through December and into January. The reason we look at this is that there's a connection between having a sudden stratospheric warming and possibly getting blocking into the troposphere over the Arctic and the North Pole. However, this year we're doing pretty well for blocking even without that. So this is how the Arctic Oscillation observed and forecast is looking. So the black line shows where we've been with the AO. Red lines at the end where GFS Ensembles are forecasting the AO to go. Remember, it's just an index that's reflecting the atmospheric state. It's not driving anything in its own terms. It just tells what the atmosphere is doing. When the AO is negative, you're going to have blocking over the Arctic. So we've already established that we have got quite cold temperatures at 10 HPA over North Pole at the moment. But despite that, the AO has been negative pretty much since the 1st of December. And if GFS Ensembles is anything to go by, are set to stay negative as well. So this is totally different, you know, like totally different to last winter when we had the polar vortex of doom, and that started virtually on the first day of December, and the PV of doom just saw the AO shoot off into positive territory and stayed there throughout the whole of the winter. This year, we've done things the opposite way round. So virtually on the first day of December, the AO goes negative, The Arctic oscillation is still negative right now. That's where we are right now. The GFS ensembles, which have a red lines at the end here, are suggesting that if anything, the AO may go even more negative as we move into January. We may see the blocking strengthening and possibly intensifying over the Arctic and over the North Pole as we go into January. Now, of course, even though we have had a negative AO December, actually it's been a little bit milder than average, though we did start December on quite a coldish note. So the first week of the month was cold, but since then it's been mild. It's going to go colder for the last week of the month as well, with like a 2-week mild period in between. And this is indicative of the fact that just because you have blocking and a negative AO does not guarantee that we specifically will get cold, because where the blocking is sitting is critical to who gets a cold. And we've seen the reports recently about huge snowfalls occurring in Japan, for example. So that obviously is where the cold air has been pushed out to on this occasion. The cold air has sort of gone down into Asia. So the AO, just tells you that blocking is there, but the critical factor is always where the blocking sits and who gets the cold. But most of our prolonged cold spells do occur with large amounts of northern blocking and also with negative AOs. And if this carries on, I'm not saying this will carry on all the way through winter, but if the winter does have like a negative AO from beginning to end, at some point you will think that we will get it. At some point you will think the blocks will line up right to push the cold air into the North Atlantic and into Northern Europe. And I'm going to get a little bit of that over Christmas week as well. But yeah, the AO, from a blocking perspective, even though we haven't had a sudden stratospheric warming, from a blocking perspective, there is a lot of blocking there anyway. NAO observed forecast looks like this. Again, black line shows where I've been with the NAO, red lines at the end, where GFS ensembles are forecasting the NAO to go. Generally, since December, the NAO has been like neutral to weakly negative. The GFS ensembles are forecasted as we go through Christmas week into January. We probably see the NAO becoming more negative, if anything. The NAO may go more negative into early January. So yeah, I mean, it's from an NAO perspective, it looks like cold is coming. And we can say that it is going to get colder over Christmas and into the new year as well. We see this with the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles next couple of weeks. We're at Barrow in Furness today. So red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Barrow in Furness. This is a suggested location, by the way. If you'd like to have your local town or city featured within this part of the video, then let us know through comments. We're always happy to feature your local town or city with this ensemble section of the videos. So, the red line 30-year upper air temperature average. We're around averaging in Barrow and Furness at the moment. We're going to go colder than average as we move into Christmas. There's a little bit of an uptick in the temperature occurring on Boxing Day. And then, as we've been saying in the videos over the past few days, very consistently, we're just generally below average and generally cold as we go between Christmas and New Year, and possibly even into early January. We may see some slight signs, a bit of a recovery in the temperature, upper air temperature, by like the end of the first week of January, but overall, it's looking pretty cold for the next couple of weeks, you have to say. Precipitation-wise, there's going to be quite a bit of rain to come, a bit of a deluge coming up later today and into tomorrow, when it goes drier and colder for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Another bout of very heavy rain on Boxing Day. And then once that one is out of the way, just generally rather unsettled. And of course, some of those precipitation spikes could be bringing in snow, as the temperature is going to be quite cold. Temperature anomalies from the 22nd of December to the 30th are forecast to be ever so slightly below average now. So these anomaly maps are trending colder now. They're on the move. After a couple of weeks of being milder than average, now suggesting a slightly colder than average week from the 22nd to the 30th of December. Expect those to start trending colder in the coming days. Precipitation anomalies from the 22nd to 30th of December are going to be near normal for Scotland, drier than average for Northern Ireland, and wetter than average for England and Wales. This is the latest wind flow map from earthnorthschool.net showing that we're still bringing in mild west-southwesterly winds, but compared to yesterday, look how much more of the northerly we've got moving into the north and northwest of the UK and Ireland. So we're still drawing up these southwesterlies in towards the south, but the northerlies are getting closer, and by the time we get through to Christmas Eve, we are all going to be under those northerly winds. Right, so this is how the UK Met is looking for Christmas Day, and we're going to have a northerly wind on Christmas Day. It's going to be a cold Christmas Day with a ridge of high pressure building in from off the Atlantic Ocean. These northerly winds could bring wintry showers down the east side. Some of them could clip into the southeast even on Christmas Day. Did an epic live stream, by the way, last night when we looked at it was like a snow watch for Christmas, and we very nearly reached 500 concurrent viewers. We only around 2 or 3 concurrent viewers after reaching 500 concurrent. So thank you so much, everybody, for that amazingly epic live stream that we did yesterday evening. And as I said in that live stream, that's very much live stream for Christmas, there will be wintry showers on Christmas Eve and into Christmas Day on the eastern side of the country. Generally, Christmas Day will be a relatively dry day as a ridge of high pressure is building in off the Atlantic. There'll be plenty of sunshine as well, but it will be cold. Boxing Day will see the high pressure pulling back out to the west, and we start to strengthen the westerly flow. That will bring slightly milder air in from off the Atlantic and also some spells of rain. And then, of course, I've been talking about in videos over the past few days, we get low pressure plunging in from the north. Here it comes. So as we get to 144 hours, which is Monday the 28th of December, the low pressure is sitting somewhere in the southern Norwegian Sea, and we're pulling in what could be really quite a cold and potentially rather snowy northerly wind, and it's a strong wind as well. So, I mean, could see winds reaching gale force, maybe in severe gale force by the 28th of December. So stormy and cold with the risk of snow as this ridge of high pressure pushes up towards Greenland. This is how the GFS is looking. So again, we've got northerly winds on Christmas Day. It will be cold with wintry showers or snow flurries, I suppose, running down the east coast. A little bit milder as we get through to Boxing Day. Then the low pressure plunges in from the north, brings heavy rain from Boxing Day 27th December. Initially heavy rain, possibly some very strong winds, and then it begins to go colder as the low pressure sinks further southwards. We will pull the wind in from the north, and as we get to like 29th of December, Tuesday 29th of December, we're in a proper northeasterly wind there. Looking cold and potentially wintry. The devil is going to be in the detail with this, because there will be pockets of milder air associated with that low as well. So some places will get cold rain, other places may get quite a dumping of snow. And where the rain-snow divide is with this is going to be really quite hard to ascertain. But generally the idea is still cold between Christmas and New Year, with winds in from the north. Moving up towards the New Year, so this is 31st December, New Year's Eve. The low pressure is seeing, the GFS is seeing another low pressure diving in from the northwest. So here comes another one of these plunging lows, blocking, strengthening behind that plunging low. Again, that could bring rain, it could bring snow. We wouldn't know until closer to the time frame. And as we go into the more extended range, it takes us into the opening days of January. The idea is just still generally cold and wintry, really. There's northern blocking still very much on the scene. So yeah, I mean, we could well see further wintry conditions through the first week of January as well. By the very end of the GFS run, we are seeing a bit of a reduction of the northern blocking event, and possibly suggesting something a bit milder starting to come in from off the Atlantic. But of course, that is like 2 weeks away. GM looks like that. Again, got northerly winds for Christmas Day, so we've got a cold Christmas Day, but also a lot of dry weather. Boxing Day, slightly milder, then low pressure plunging in from the north between Christmas and the New Year will turn wind into the north, and there will be a chance of snow in places as well, as again we're on the cold side of the jet stream and we're pulling the wind in from the north. And then the ECMWF looks like that. So once again, we've got the northerly winds for Christmas Day. We'll bring wintry showers down the east coast on Christmas Day. Otherwise, a lot of dry weather, but it will be cold. A bit milder for Boxing Day. Sunday, 27th December, low pressure plunges in from the north. Still moving southwards on the 28th December. So very unsettled, potentially quite stormy for a while, and there could be some snow involved in that as well, as the winds turn into the north. This is quite interesting from the 29th of December to the 30th. So 29th of December, the main low is sort of to our east, and we're, of course, pulling in these cold northerly winds. Look at this little low developing to the south of Iceland. Look at that little low developing to the south of Iceland. That moves southwards across the UK on the 30th of December. Have a look at the precipitation type forecast in a moment, but I can tell you already that does bring a very significant snow event to England and Wales in particular on the 30th of December on this ECM run. And then we go up towards day 10 and another low moving in off the Atlantic. That might have some slightly less cold air within it. So perhaps a little bit more towards rain, but still the general idea is blocked. We still have considerable levels of blocking. We've got a mid-Atlantic ridge still going up to Greenland. We've got, and this is fundamentally what's causing like the movement southwards of the jet stream, the northwest south climate of the jet stream, and allowing these blocking highs to push north to Greenland. And it's a Siberian high still there into the west of Russia. This ridge just here, it's a very, very long way away from us, and you wouldn't think that would have much impact. That is actually bringing, it's bringing significant impacts to our weather at the moment in this winter, this Siberian high. And so instead of the low pressures the jet stream taking their normal track, which is in that direction, remember our prevailing wind direction is westerly, so the low pressures are wanting to go in that direction, but because this Siberian high is sitting there, it is actually sending the low pressures and the jet stream on more of a northwest-southeast alignment. That allows the ridges to push up to Greenland, and that allows cold air to plunge in from the north. So this ridge, it's a Siberian high, really, and it's a very important player in this winter so far, and we'll see whether it continues to be so as we go further on through this winter. Eventually, it is possible that eventually this will sort of build properly into Scandinavia and bring us a real spell of severe cold from like the Urals and from Siberia. The severest of the cold air is like around here on the northern and eastern side of the Siberian high. Just make it out up there, where there is very, very serious cold lurking. To pull that in, start pulling in a really deep level of severe cold, this high pressure has got to move to Scandinavia, set up a proper Scandinavian high, and then around the back of the high we will start to plunge Europe into an absolute freezer. It's not there yet, but we need to keep a close eye, because the Siberian high is displaced westwards into west of Russia this season, definitely, or up to now anyway, and it is stronger than normal as well. It's up to 1,050 millibars. Eventually we might get it, eventually we might get some really quite serious cold weather before this winter is done, if that Siberian high continues to lurk to the west of Russia. Right, let's just have a look at precipitation forecast. Sorry, I was off on a tangent now. I'm so sorry, everyone. Right, let's just have a look at the precipitation forecast based on the ECM run. So lots of rain coming up over the next day or so. Some of it could turn a little bit windy on the northern edge across North Wales and northern England as well. By Christmas Eve, that is all pulling away to the east, and then we're going into those cold northerly winds there, bringing wintry showers down the eastern side of the country. So some flakes of snow on Christmas Eve in the east. A few creeping into the southeast perhaps there overnight, Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. Christmas Day overall is quite a dry day though, but quite cold. Then low pressure comes in from the north to Boxing Day to 27th of December. That brings heavy rain with it, some snow in the north. And then as that clears through, then we start pulling in those cold northerly winds. So by 28th of December, we've got heavy snow across Scotland, some turning up across Northern Ireland too. Further snow possible for parts of Northern England and Wales as well, as those northern winds strengthen. And then, of course, have that low pressure diving in from Iceland. Here it comes on the 29th of December, and that brings, quite a snow event in across England and Wales. So that's just heavy snow there for England and Wales as that low pressure dives in from the north. That will give many of us a covering of snow if that came off. And then we go to the new year and we bring that next low in. Slightly milder air associated with that, but more snow is forecast, like Wales, Midlands and Northern England, more towards rain perhaps down in the south. But that's how it was get to day 10. But all still looking quite wintry, even up to day 10. These are the options that we've got on the table within the ECM Ensembles today for day 10. Gets us to New Year's Day. Have 21 members of the ECM Ensembles with high pressure to our west and northwest, low pressure to our east and southeast. And we bring in the winds from like a north or northeast direction. 20, including the control and the operational run with a mid-Atlantic ridge extending back to northern blocking and low pressure. Over to the south of the country, winds are in from an easterly or northeast direction, so cold and wintry with that. And then 10, just here, have low pressure to our south, and high pressure is like ridging through the North Atlantic. And again, that could be quite a cold scenario also. So all options for New Year's Day in 10 days' time are looking cold. In 2 weeks' time, and this gets us to the 6th of January, we have 21 members of the ECM Ensembles with a massive amount of northern blocking. And that really is a very large amount of northern blocking indeed, from Greenland all the way to Scandinavia. Low pressures to the south of that, and so that will be easterly. So that will be bringing cold easterly winds. Don't know if it would be a beach from the east, but it would be bringing in cold easterly winds. 21 members of the ECM Ensemble sort of have low pressure over the country, combined with a mid-Atlantic ridge and some northern blocking. So that's unsettled and probably quite cold, kind of like similar to what's coming up between Christmas and New Year, really. And then 9 just here have high pressure in the middle of the North Atlantic, and it possibly brings something. I mean, it's still quite cold. In that option, it's still quite cold, but it possibly brings something just a little bit more modified, a little bit more less cold in around the high from the North Atlantic. But really, in 10 days and 2 weeks' time, most of the options there are looking cold, to be honest. So again, suggestion that this is a prolonged cold spell that is beginning on Christmas Eve. Right, so 732 finally, these are 500 millibar heights, break down to week periods. The first week period takes us to the 21st, 27th of December. The coming week will have high pressure to the west, and we're going to be bringing in like a northerly. So it's going to be quite cold in the week ahead, as we have already established. Week 2 is going to take us from the 28th of December to the 3rd of January. High pressure is out to the west. Low pressure is across northern Western Europe. Winds are pulling in from a northerly direction with that. So again, could be quite cold and potentially rather wintry. Week 3 will be the 4th to the 10th of January. Trough of low pressure across the west of Europe, combined with the mid-Atlantic ridge going up to northern blocking. So everything there is suggesting quite cold and wintry conditions possible once again for the first 10 days of January. Bit of a change for week 4. I haven't seen this for a little while. This is something milder. This will be 11th to 17th of January. Low pressure then coming in off the Atlantic. Heights rising a little bit across southern Europe would sort of pull in more of a westerly flow. We have still got a large amount of northern blocking though. There's still high pressure over Greenland and back into the Arctic. So fundamentally, it doesn't look like it's all that different like from the weeks before. But it does look as though that could be slightly milder, slightly less cold, and a little bit more westerly perhaps. Right then, so if you enjoyed this video, please can you click like, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. If you get them to subscribe, we'll get to 9k subs even quicker, which is our target, of course, at the moment. And drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our content. If you do subscribe, click the bell notification icon, and then YouTube will alert you when we are sort of releasing content, when we're releasing videos, and also when we are live streaming as well. And if you do that, you will be able to see future weather content. And it'll be absolutely great. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. We are now, it's been quite a long video, this. We are now at 8,900 subscribers. So we've only got another 100 to go before we get to 9k subs. Will we be able to do that by the new year? I don't know if we'll quite do it before midnight, New Year's Eve to New Year's Day, but it would be good if we could, wouldn't it? So tell everybody, you know, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your doctor, your vicar, tell everybody to subscribe to GavsWeatherVids and get us to 9k subs before the new year. And it would be great if you can all do that. Right, half an hour video on a Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be back later on with Ensembles Watch, I think. So I'll go through all members of the GFS Ensembles this evening, and we'll see what they're all showing for the Christmas to New Year period. Tomorrow, we're going to have the last USA forecast of the year, I think. We'll probably do a 10 to 14 day video, you know, just regular video as well tomorrow. It'll be unusually for Wednesday, because we're going to live stream. We're not going to live stream at 6 tomorrow. We're going to live stream after 10. It'll be the final live stream before Christmas, and be like a Friday night live stream, but on a Wednesday night, and it'll be a laugh. It's the eve of Christmas Eve, so it'll be a laugh, and I'll put the old Santa hat on, and we'll have a bit of fun after 10 tomorrow night in our final live stream before Christmas. But for this video, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later on for Ensembles Watch. Bye for now.